the one drinking beer. I'm drinking water.
2 touchdowns a game?
Yes, in the game.
You're tripping.
How you high? No, high expectations.
I don't know what we're doing in that front office, man.
Twiddling our fucking dick.
Ryan, I just need you to drink this.
Wide receiver trivia. That's what she said.
Her.
Fuck.
Her upset.
Are those crutches?
You can see Ryan's crutches.
They're like, say, fuck this, man. We're all gone.
What is going on, folks? Welcome back. Welcome back to your favorite show on the internet. This is After Further Review, episode 263. I am your co-host, Jalen Brown.
And I am your other, the one they call the infamous and the most hated, Malin Dennis.
Your other great co-host, Nestor.
I'm your other co-host, Junebug Spade.
Rolling out of the 253, like the boss would say, a river that don't know where it's going. I took a wrong turn and I kept on going right on down to the 727. It is the semi-conscious, the semi-sober G-Money.
You say 727?
Yeah,
Or the 813?
Newport Richie 727.
It is. I didn't report.
Technicalities.
That was my old home. It's like I got you from like 5 places ago.
I love how G-Money took a drink before we even had the chance to cheers. But that is a good...
Or
We are
Still have
going
more.
to cheers away to a great show. What the fuck is flying around here? Please get out of here. Okay, anyway. Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers.
oh, and Nestor's having a drink. This is gonna be a good show.
All right. So, we've got a good show for you boys tonight. We have got, obviously, talking about last week in the NFL. We've got some news to get into, a bunch of, not necessarily new quarterbacks starting, but some new, some old starting in the NFL this weekend. We've got NBA to get to. We are finally diving back into the NBA. A little late, but better late than never. And then, of course, we've got some money-making opportunities for you guys. You guys want to make money this weekend? Because we've got a business opportunity for you coming your way this weekend. The second half of the show. Now, we're going to start things off by recapping this past week in the NFL, Week 11. Another doozy, and we're going to start off with what was dubbed the biggest game in Broncos history or Chiefs regular season history. I don't know where that title came from, but heard it plenty. The Chiefs lost to the division rival Broncos. 22-19 was the final score. And it's looking a little sad in the Chiefs' kingdom right now. But G-Money, we're going to start with you. What did this loss actually mean for the Kansas City Chiefs? This goddamn bug.
It does hurt them. That was a divisional game. You know, it's not like you lost to Tampa or you lost to Philadelphia or even if you lost to New England, right? This is a division game. It does hurt. Went to Denver. Denver's offense isn't the best. We all know that. Bo Nix, maybe in a few years he'll be really good, but he's not right now. But they have the top defense in the NFL. You have to be able to move the ball, score, and stop them from scoring. It hurts them. It really does. Because now they're not second in the AFC West. They're third because you've got Denver, the Chargers, them, and god-awful Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh.
Oh, that was it. Okay. I thought there was
I
usually
mean,
more.
I had no more. I had nothing else. I mean,
I thought Jalen was frozen.
yeah, I did
I
too
was,
for a
I thought
moment.
it was too. I was like, what's going on here?
I thought you guys were frozen. Okay, Jude, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, this just G Money. I mean, that's he hit right on the head. To lose a division game, and not only that, you're on the outside of the playoffs looking in. Okay, you're looking up. So for them, this is a big deal. We're talking about you damn near have to run the. You can't lose any more division games. That's the first thing. You can't lose any more division games, and you pretty much can't lose any more AFC games. I think you got Dallas coming up. So if you lose that game, it won't hurt you. Okay. But if you lose your AFC games, it's going to crush you when it comes to the tiebreakers trying to get into the playoffs. So this was a big deal. And if I'm Chief Kingdom, I'm saying to myself, I may be looking forward to Taylor Swift and her boyfriend's wedding in the rich postseason. That's what you might be looking forward to. Okay.
Go ahead, Malin.
Yeah, I mean, this one is one of those games where we just like last year they would have won this
Yep.
game. They are not winning the one-score games this year like they were last year. I think Bo Nix and the Broncos are going to try to pass a rule to where we only play the fourth quarter next year and we don't play quarters 1 through 3 because he's dog ass in the first 3 quarters, and then the fourth quarter comes around and like Bo Nix is all of a sudden a competent NFL quarterback. I don't know with the Chiefs. You're the 9th seed now. Houston and Baltimore have the same record as you. Baltimore doesn't have the tiebreaker with you when it comes to the playoffs, but Baltimore is also going to have the opportunity to leapfrog Pittsburgh with the way that they're playing. So they don't even really they're not even looking at the wild card right now. But I think I said this last when we were off the air on a crazy stat that this is the worst start that Kansas City has had since 2015. And it's the best start that the Denver Broncos have had since 2015. It's crazy how we just all of a sudden it's like, hey, a decade of dominance by the Chiefs after Von Miller and Peyton Manning won that Super Bowl, and then now here we are with Sean Payton, Bo Nix, and them. I don't know, Jalen. It's just it seems weird the way this Chiefs team is playing. Patrick Mahomes, I just saw a stat today that his deep ball percentage, he's in the bottom 3 in the league in deep ball percentage and touchdowns. You want to know the 2 quarterbacks that he's there with?
Ooh, I know.
Cam Ward is one. And I want us was what was the other one? Was it? It wasn't Stroud, was it?
It was Stroud, right?
I think it was C.J. Stroud and Cam Ward. It's just god awful with the deep ball throw. And we've been saying all year that when they get Worthy back, that offense is going to start humming. Well, when they get Rice back, that offense is going to start humming. Well, here we are. We're 10 games in. You're more than halfway through the season, and you're still Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Like every time they play one of those games and we think, well, the Chiefs are back, they show us the next week that they're not. But at the same time, like if you were to ask me, are the Chiefs done? Like I'm at the point after so many years now of being wrong that I need to be able to pull up ESPN and C&E that says eliminated from the playoffs before I say, yeah, they don't have a shot at making it. Like there's just they might still got some voodoo in them. So I don't know, but it is very weird watching the Chiefs be like this year.
Shout out to Milton in the chat, friend of the show. You all know and love him. He is present tonight. Nestor, go right ahead.
I'll be quick. I think what it means is they are no longer that dynasty team that we used to seeing them as. Their biggest attribute was clean fundamentals. Um, they are just very sloppy. Um, they don't have that deep ball threat. They haven't had it for a while, I think. Um, but they're just very sloppy, which is something that really was a something strong for them usually to get them um, all the success they've had. It's just a recipe for mediocrity. They can say goodbye to their AFC West championship streak because that's gone. I would love to see them not make the playoffs. Just the whole passing offense is just very unimpressive. When you're throwing to Thornton for I don't know how many yards, that's your deep ball threat. It just says a lot. Mahomes throwing a couple of incompletions, getting sacked. Um, it's just terrible. It's the stuff Collinsworth has nightmares about. So I'm happy they're in this position. We can finally move on, and you know, Mahomes and Andy Reid are quite the damn duo. But that has come to a stop because they're just sloppy. Like I said, they're no longer a threat really. That Super Bowl threat that we're used to seeing. So
I think that this loss, I don't want to say it's much to do about nothing, but dynasties do have ebbs and flows. And I think this is just probably a low point in the midst of their overall dynasty. So this individual game is kind of like whatever to me. But I think bigger on this season is that they're just really bad in close games. Like I don't think throughout their season so far have they beaten a playoff team, like a winning team. If you want to count the Ravens, you can, but this season they're not even a winning team. So they've been just kind of beating up on bad teams this whole year, and the Broncos are not that. Whether they play the full 4 quarters or just the last one, they are a pretty good football team this year, and it's on full display. But yeah, like you guys have been saying, the Chiefs are playing sloppy football, which last year they were not doing, and they were winning these games, the games where they were, neck and neck at the last minute, and they were just good situationally. But this year, it's like, I don't know what it is, but Rashee Rice and Thornton were not the answers to these questions. They were just part of the whole picture, but I mean, not the complete answer there. So yeah, I think that this year they don't look like a championship team. I'm still not writing them off. I wouldn't dare do that, but I cannot see them definitely not winning the division, and I think they'll be lucky to make the playoffs. So
I think Detroit is the only team they beat, right?
Detroit, yep, that's good, true. All right, let's move on to the next game here. We had Buffalo and Tampa, where the Bills won 44-32, and the score wasn't really as close as it seems here. G Money, we will start with you. Are the Bucks just pretenders?
No, they're not pretenders. They're dealing with a lot of injuries, and that will hamper a good team. I mean, when you go into the season and by game 3, your 2 starting wide receivers are out, and your rookie wide receiver goes out for a couple of games. No, they're not pretenders. I still have full faith they're going to win the South. They're going to go in the playoffs. Are they a contender for the Super Bowl? Probably not, but they're not a pretender. And let's not forget that last week Buffalo lost to Miami. We were wondering if Buffalo was a pretender. So no, not pretenders. They're dealing with injuries, and considering that they have lost their 2 starting wide receivers, they're doing decently with what they have. And they will win the South and get in the playoffs. And if they can get a playoff home game, it could be somewhat dangerous. But not pretenders. Not yet. No.
Yeah, I don't think they're pretenders. I'm with G Money. I don't think they're pretenders, but I don't think they're a playoff threat at all. Like I think they win the South. I think they get in the playoffs, and they probably take the 4th seed, and whoever that 5th seed is probably going to beat them. They're probably going to lose that game. And it's only because they have so many injuries, and they're being devastated each week, and decimated each week with injuries with this team. But they play pretty well. When they're a full, healthy team, they actually play damn good football. I mean, we all thought that after Tom Brady left, that this team was cooked. We all thought that. And, hey, they brought Baker in and kept on rolling. So, no, I think they'll be fine. I think they're going to need to retool for next year. But I think they're still going to win the South, and I think they're still going to get the playoffs. And that was a good game. First of all, that was a good game, by the way. It got blown out at the end because Tampa they was in control of most of that game. I watched a lot of the game. They were in control most of that game, and then Josh Allen just took over, and they forgot Josh Allen was a quarterback for some reason, and he just ran through the team. So I don't know, but other than that, yeah, no, they're not. They're definitely not pretenders. Okay. Not the Philadelphia Eagles.
Go ahead, Nathan.
June. I mean, I agree with what G Money and June are saying as far as like I don't know, like what are we classifying a pretender, like someone that can make a run at the Super Bowl, or someone that's gonna make the playoffs? Because I would not make them a Super Bowl contender right now if you're going by that criteria. Because, like I said, they're going to win. They're going to win the South. What it's really going to come down to the Bucks is, do they play a team in the playoffs with a good or with a good offense? Because their offense is going to put up points. Obviously, they do have a good offense, even without Evans or Godwin or Irving. They're still putting up good points. But they're not really like, if their defense can't stop anything. So if you have a legitimate offense, you're going to score points on them. A team that would kind of worry, like if the Bucks were to play, like the Eagles per se, I think that would be a very interesting matchup in the playoffs because the Eagles' offense is very hit or miss on whether or not they could get it going. If the Bucks are playing someone like the Rams or Seattle, it's going to be a shootout. If they're playing San Francisco, I think that could end up being a shootout. I mean, hell, Brock Purdy was back for less than 10 minutes and had already thrown 2 touchdown passes to Kittle, I think. But if I mean, their offense is going to score points. But I just don't, that defense, regardless of injuries on offense, that defense is just bad. They're bad. Offenses, when they play the Bucks, the only reason why they don't score 30 points is if they make mistakes themselves and they beat themselves. Because that defense is just bad for the Bucks. So if you're going on if they're a Super Bowl contender, I'm going to say they're pretenders, but they are going to win the South. I hate that. I'm actually even kind of rooting for Carolina to sneak up and sniper them off the perch. But the only difference is that like the Bucks, they play the Rams, and then I think they play the Saints and another bad team, and then they play Carolina twice. And Carolina has to roll through San Francisco, the Rams, then New Orleans, then Tampa, then Seattle, then Tampa again. I think that Carolina is going to have a little bit of a harder not getting past the Bucks in the standings. But I think it'd be funnier than shit if they were to catch the Bucks. But I don't think it's going to happen.
I think they're not pretenders. They're just exactly what they are, which is a middle of the pack type of team. Um, I just think Baker plays really well because there's not, I said this before, there's not a lot of pressure. Um, when they face really good teams, especially during the middle of the season, you start to see, um, again, not a bad team, um, not an amazing team. They had a few easy games in the beginning. We talked about that in the beginning of the season. They had the Texans when they're still on that slump. They had the Falcons. Once they faced a good team like the Eagles, they lost. Probably, sorry, man, their only impressive win would be against the Seahawks. But I figured they'd come back down to earth eventually. Um, the special teams is looking bad, and this was a really poorly coached game for Todd Bowles. The fans are kind of overreacting because he's a good coach, in my opinion. But it was a really poorly coached game, and they let Josh Allen just run the ball in as many times as he wanted. I don't know what happened to that defense, but they're just go ahead. We learned nothing about what the Dolphins did or what the Falcons did before them, and how inconsistent this team is. They just let him do whatever he wanted. But yeah, they're a middle of the pack team. They're still impressive, but not pretenders.
I think this team is 100% pretending. They had me sold in the roughly the first half of this season. But, I mean, when you look kind of closely, they didn't really beat anybody of note. Like, whenever they ran into Detroit, Philly, now Buffalo, who else did they lose to? They've lost to some teams, like, better teams are the teams that they have struggled against. And it kind of just shows that they're the same Bucks of the past, where it's like they win their division by default just because of how bad it is. But when it comes to the playoffs, they're really not going to make any noise. And that's the same vibe I'm getting this year. Like, they're probably not going to do much of anything. They'll make the playoffs, but probably a first round exit if I were to guess. So I think they're just pretending.
That's hurtful, Jalen, saying that they haven't beaten anybody.
Well, even, good teams take bad losses sometimes. It happens.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's okay.
Whatever. They ain't beating nobody. That's fine.
Yeah.
Hurtful.
Or say that when the Jets beat the Patriots. They haven't beaten anybody, though.
Not yet. Let's get to the last game here. Oh, this one was a doozy. The Jags, they took down the Chargers. 35-6 was the final score. Made all of us look like dummies. Same question, just different team. G-Money. Are the Chargers pretenders?
They are, but not because the injuries they have. Because they've lost the two starting tackles. They lost their starting running back. But they've been pretenders. Not just this season, last season, the season before. They are a pretending team because Herbert cannot win in the playoffs. He is pretending to be a quarterback. And until he shows he can win big games, they're a pretending team. And I think, what are they, 7-4? Are they 7-4? Oh, 7-4, yeah. I was going to say 7-3, but I forgot one game. So 7-4.
They'll make the
playoffs. They may not make the playoffs.
I think they will.
I mean, I look at them and I'm like, you know what? You're a pretending team.
Yikes.
You are a pretender. and you're going to get some losses, and they're going to be some losses that you're not expecting.
Like this one.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Malin. Just like the Jacksonville game, you weren't expecting. We sure as hell weren't.
Not the ass.
And it wasn't just
you
you didn't just lose. It wasn't like you lost by 2 points. You lost by 3 points, right? They kick a 58-yard field goal and you lose. You're like, well, fuck it, okay, whatever. They fucking pimp slapped your ass up and down the field. You are a pretender.
June, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the pretending side because we, a lot of people had this team, getting into the playoffs, winning a division. People had them being what the Denver Broncos is now. They're going to take the reins over from Kansas City, and they were going to run rump shot over the AFC and get into the playoffs and possibly get to the AFC Championship game. But they've had some head-scratching losses this season, and the season's not over. But we know that they're probably going to catch a little bit more. And the simple fact of the matter is that Justin Herbert, this team knocked you out your first playoffs ever. You think you would have a little bit more motivation to play a little bit harder in this game than what you did? We all picked them because we had faith that the Jaguars are the pretenders. Pretenders. They don't have a chance. No, wrong. It's the Chargers. And I'm just confused about. First of all, I'm confused about what the Chargers are. What are the Chargers? I mean, it reminds me of the Dan Fouts Chargers. Is Justin Herbert Dan Fouts? Is he, is he going to have this team looking good, putting up numbers, but then never winning a playoff game, never really doing anything in the playoffs? That's what he reminds me of right now. He's what Dan Fouts was, and that's what this team is right now. They're back to the San Diego Superchargers, the LA Superchargers. That's what they are. They're going to be exciting. They're going to put up points, but in the end, they're not going to win a damn thing.
Damn. Man.
Yeah, this coming from someone that picked the Chargers to win the division. As me. I'm up here. Hello. Pissed me off, man. I expected more out of Herbert. I thought that the Chargers defense at least was, doing all right. But to me, this is like one of those games where you're like, how did the other team win? Because if I were to tell you that starting quarterback was going to go 14 to 22 for 153 yards, a touchdown, and an interception, your leading rusher was going to rush for 74 yards, and your leading receiver was going to have 5 catches for 64 yards, and I told you that one team scored 35 points and the other team scored 6 points, you'd probably take the stats I just gave you and be like, well, that's a 6-point team. No, that was the 35-point Jacksonville Jaguars. And the reason being is that every time Red Zone would put Jacksonville and Chargers on the screen, that Jacksonville defense was taking belt to ass on Herbert. That offensive line couldn't do shit. He was getting hit all over the goddamn place. I mean, at one point, I was like, I don't know if y'all remember Chris Sims when he played for the Bucs in the Carolina Panthers, beat him so bad he like burst his spleen and had to have it removed. At one point, Herbert took a shot to the midsection. I was like, "That's a spleen right there. That's got to come out. He's gonna lose a spleen over this shit. That's crazy." It got so bad they started warming up Trey Lance, thinking Trey Lance was gonna have to come in there. They literally evaluated Herbert through halftime and like halfway through the third quarter, but like, please don't make us put Trey Lance out there. Like, can you walk? Like, if you can walk, then we'll put you out there. But he's gonna get hurt. They're 7-4 right now. I get that, and I know that it's Houston and Kansas City and what's his name, Baltimore behind them, right? So they're the 7th seed right now. And but then I look at their record, right? They're going to play the Raiders. So they should go 8-4. They should, by all intents and purposes. But listen to these last 5 games. Philly, at Kansas City, at Dallas, Houston, and Denver.
Damn.
I mean, the worst of those teams would be Dallas just because of record, but that offense is red hot. That Houston defense is no joke. And I mean, Kansas City's gonna have a shot. That's why until you put the E next to their name, I see a tailspin for the Chargers in a way that I don't like because I picked them to win the division. But damn, I mean that's not. That's 4 out of your last 6 have a winning record, and the one with a losing record is Dallas, with like the number 3 scoring offense right now in the NFL. With Pickens being like the best receiver on that team. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's absolutely wild. So yeah, the Chargers are pretenders.
Pickens was awesome the other night, though. Good
He
lord. Good God.
He's only about 200 yards behind JSN for leading receiver, number 2.
I don't like this team. It just feels like all the games I watch with them, it's just they're boring to watch. I stopped watching them. Um I think the run defense, I saw a stat, allowed a season high of 192 rushing yards. With Jacksonville, they just got outplayed at every sense of the game. I don't know where they go from here. I don't think it could be this bad at any point the rest of the season. They just got to figure out their struggle, what they're going to be bad at. You can't just be bad at everything. Yeah, they just got outplayed. Just very, very big sign that they are definitely pretenders. The only good thing they have right now, because we used to hype up the quarterback, but I think he's had a little bit too much of Madison beer. I think the only good thing now for that team is the coaching.
Man, crazy.
Oh, Nestor sums it up best. The Chargers are like a lot of people. Pick your struggle, because these motherfuckers struggle with something every other week, and they lose these random games. They've lost to the Giants. They've lost to the Commanders at one point. No shame in losing to the Colts, but come on. They damn near lost to Miami. Yeah, and now here they are against the Cardiac Cats, who, like, I think it was June who mentioned, like, you would think they would come out with a little more gusto against this team of all teams. But nope, they completely got outplayed. It's a real problem when Justin Herbert is your leading rusher, and he's not Lamar Jackson, folks. Why is he the leading rusher at 21
And he only throws for 150 yards.
It's just
Jesus.
awful, awful, awful. So I do think they are pretenders. I really would not have guessed that at the beginning of this year. I thought, like, this is their year to take that big step forward. But my goodness, you just don't know who's going to show up every Sunday with the Chargers. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's just something new every week where they completely just fall over and damn. But hey, they'll make it an entertaining game. Usually it's just, if we're talking playoffs, I don't believe in them at all. I'm selling my LA stock today because I think it's going to be worth a bag of gumballs by January. So, all right. That does it for the recap. Let's get into the news for the week. And we are starting off with 3 new quarterbacks. I keep saying new, but really only one is new. 3 quarterbacks will be making their start this coming Sunday. We've got Tyrod Taylor, who's taking over for Justin Fields. Jameis, who already had started last week, I believe. So this isn't exactly news for him. But the big one is Shedeur Sanders starting for the concussion protocol Dylan Gabriel in Cleveland. As they go to Vegas. So out of all three of these, I guess really just between Tyrod Taylor and Shedeur, which one was like the biggest surprise to you guys seeing that they're getting their start?
It's definitely going to be Tyrod for me. For me, it's Tyrod because we didn't see this coming. I saw the Dylan Gabriel hit. He coming back this season. I'm sorry. That boy might not want to play anymore this season. So that's all. But Tyrod, Justin Fields, I've been saying Justin Fields not a starting quarterback, but I thought he would play out the string this season, and he would just start the rest of the season for the Jets. You know what I mean? Because he didn't play terrible. It's that his team didn't perform well overall. His team didn't perform. So I'm really surprised they went to Tyrod Taylor for the Jets. I don't think it's going to be much of a change. I think Tyrod will take care of the ball a little bit more in certain instances. And I think he'll make better decisions and won't fumble when you're only down a score, but yeah, that's the biggest surprise for me.
Well, I guess the biggest surprise making their start, I guess, would be Tyrod Taylor, because I didn't even know he was still in the league, to be honest with you. I didn't know he was backup quarterback for the Jets. I thought he was still suing the Chargers for someone stabbing his lung and leading to Justin Herbert being the starter. I didn't know Tyrod was still going. I mean, here's how old Tyrod Taylor was, is that Michael Vick came into the league, and then Tyrod Taylor was the next quarterback to take over after Michael Vick, I believe, at Virginia Tech. And I think he played 4 years, and he came into the league. He's old as shit. He might be like 5 years younger than June. I don't know, man. That's an old ass man. But what I'm excited to see is Shedeur Sanders. I'm excited to see what Shedeur Sanders does against the Raiders, because I want to know what the narrative is if he sucks ass against the Raiders, because he was a great 4 of 16 in a perfect pass to the defender for an interception. It's like threw it right to him. I mean, couldn't have led the defender in a more better spot to make the pick. I think he was sacked 2 times for a loss of 27 yards. He's still running backwards. Yet people are still surprised that he was a backup this whole time. But if he plays bad against the Raiders, I just want to see what his fans have next to say. What's the next excuse? Because their excuse up till now, even after that 4-16 game, was, well, he wasn't getting snaps with the first team. And I'm like, well, no shit. Like, he wasn't the starter. And Dylan Gabriel is a rookie too. Like, you're going to give your starting rookie snaps with the first team. How many? But it didn't matter if he had snaps with you're still running backwards, still throwing to the other. 4-16? God damn. So yeah. But then what I'm most worried of is Kirk Cousins, because he's a statue out there. And he's going to come out there because of Michael Penix. And that man might get killed. So I'm a little bit concerned about the health of Kirk Cousins here. With the Falcons, it also pissed me off because I picked them to win the division. So I'm doing great with my projections.
They could still win. They could. I mean, Kirk Cousins could basically
with my projections
remember his last season with the Vikings and reproduce that. No, I'm not surprised by any of them. I mean, Justin Fields was replaced in Pittsburgh by Russell Wilson. I mean, and the reason they did that is because Justin Fields could not throw down the field. He could not throw deep. And he couldn't do it with the Jets. I don't know what type of person he is, but I know that he's not a quarterback. and that's too bad. But he'll be a backup somewhere else at some point. And as Malin said, Tyron Taylor, my God, that man has been in the league. I don't think as long as Aaron Glenn or Joe Flacco, but he's in the same group. You know, he's getting that AARP benefit.
1 year longer than Joe Flacco.
Oh, 1 year longer than Joe Flacco.
think
So
so.
he's getting.
Mhm.
So you know what?
No,
I get-
1 year younger. 1 year younger.
Okay, 1 year younger.
Yeah. He's in the
I
Joe
still see
Flacco
more-
range.
But he's in the AARP range, and he's
Yeah.
getting.
Mhm.
You're gonna get a commercial, an AARP commercial, probably in the next couple of weeks with him, Flacco, and Aaron Rodgers, talking about the benefits of being part of AARP. And Shedeur Sanders, yeah, it's going to be interesting. It definitely is going to be interesting to watch him. So this whole week, he's gotten first team reps. Yeah, I saw him when he played at Colorado, and I did see him a few times when he played at Jackson State. And he has that ability. He has the ability to hit those passes and to try and stay out of trouble. And if he's going to make a statement, the Raiders are the team to make this statement against, because they are indeed god fucking awful.
I would love to see Max Crosby run him down for like a 30-yard sack. And Shedeur just keep running backwards. And you see Crosby
surprised.
and get him. That'd be great.
Yeah,
It
I
would
will
be, but then
say
again, Crosby would be out for the next 5 plays because he'd have to have oxygen.
Probably.
I will say Justin Fields getting benched it's surprising, but it's not really. I just guess like I don't know why now. Like you let him, you gave him this much leash, but now it's too much. Like he's been historically bad this entire season, but it's like you should have put Tyrod in a long time ago. The Browns obviously they had no other choice but to start Shedeur. I know they've got to be kicking themselves, punch in the air, but Shedeur, if he plays even remotely in the same ballpark as bad as he played in the last game, that last bit that he got, it may be it for Shedeur. Like as soon as Dylan Gabriel is back or able to play football again, there may not be many other opportunities for Shedeur Sanders. Like he has to come out and play at least just decent football. Like the running backwards thing, you cannot be doing that. He can come out and not play great, but he can't look that bad where he's taking just negative play after negative play. So that will be very interesting. Kirk Cousins, though, I mean, we've kind of already seen that show, so you know it is what it is. I think we already know what we're expecting there. But Malin, that was uncalled for, saying that Tyrod's only 5 years younger than June.
I don't know how. Yeah, well, I don't know how.
That was uncalled for.
That was a compliment to June. I didn't know how. He's 36, so I thought that June was like 42. Oh no.
Let's move
Hey.
on. Let's go to same ballpark here, but Michael Penix Jr. having ACL surgery, and that will be it for his season. Suffered during the loss to the Panthers. That was such a weird overtime game, but Panthers came out with that win. Yeah, another very, very just bad, significant injury for Michael Penix. What do you guys think of that?
Well, that's his 5th season-ending surgery with a knee since he started in college. He had 4 of them in college.
Yeah, Indiana.
He was healthy when he was in his 2 years in Washington, and he was healthy last year for like the 4 or 5 games he played. I just think that the Falcons have to get a lot better with their offensive line. You're asking a lot of this kid to run around the way he does. Not everybody's Caleb Williams, who can seem to just I was watching last week, Caleb Williams. I was like, what the fuck? He should have been sacked like 7 times. But it just sucks for Michael Penix. I think this means that Atlanta is going to hold on to Kirk Cousins for another year and still pay him that money because Penix isn't going to be ready to start the year.
Yeah.
Not when you get a knee injury in November. And so it's going to be the Kirk Cousins show, and he's going to have another year to put something on tape to try to go to another team, and he's probably going to be the next Joe Flacco, except will have earned a lot more money in his life. But it just sucks because you were just thinking of the London and Bijan Robinson and Michael Penix and like you had a young core there at offense, and for it to be delayed a year, it stinks. But the last young quarterback to tear his ACL went to the Super Bowl the next year. That was Joe Burrow. So maybe.
Yeah, but Joe Burrow didn't have any heavy injuries when he was at LSU or Ohio State, and that's my concern right there with Michael, is that my hope is this isn't the end of his professional career. As Malin said, this is his fifth knee operation. I just hope that doesn't end his career, that he if he gets the surgery and everything and he just can't come back. That would be tragic. It really would, because we saw some electricity at the UW and just knew that in the pros he could replicate that if given the opportunity, and to basically have an ACL and be out and be gone. And he's not going to be ready for training camp. He's not going to be ready for preseason next year. He may be put on the PUP list the first few games of next year. It's tragic. You never want to see someone to have their career ended like that, and especially someone who's young, who has potential, to take their team somewhere. And that could well be a career-ending injury. We won't know until next year, but it could well be. And everybody was lambasting the Falcons for signing Kirk Cousins for $120 million and then drafting Penix, and we kind of thought it was a smart move. We didn't think Penix would start last year, but Cousins didn't look so good. So now you've got a starter in Atlanta who's played well at times. Hopefully he can rekindle his Minnesota days and play just as well, and maybe, just maybe, knock Tampa out.
That'd be awesome.
But it's a sad thing. You never want to see someone get injured and possibly end their career before it's really even started.
The last thing I'll say, Joan, real quick, is that the team you get drafted to and coaching matters, because I still stand by the fact that I do think that Michael Penix throws the ball better than any other quarterback that came out of that draft last year. But Bo Nix gets Sean Payton. Drake May gets Josh Daniels. Caleb Williams looks terrible last year, but now he's got Ben Johnson. You look at Michael Penix and that coaching staff, Raheem Moore, like, you just need to fire the whole goddamn coaching staff and get somebody else in there. They can cultivate a young QB if he's able to come back and be great, because I still stand by the fact that he's the best pure thrower of the ball that came out of that draft, but he doesn't have the coaching that everybody else has around him.
Yeah, I think it's a shame. Hopefully, when he does come back, like, this could be the beginning of the end of, we just start to see the decline of his professional career. I really hope that's not the case, because I do think he's one of the more likable quarterbacks in the NFL, and he really does throw a great ball. But yeah, it is like, when you see a guy like Mac Jones in San Francisco who, like, balled out with all his starting opportunities, it's like, it just goes to show, like, yeah, it really doesn't matter where you end up. And I think Raheem Morris and then, like you said, the whole coaching staff, it is a travesty on how much talent has been wasted in Atlanta. I think Raheem Morris, if Raheem Morris somehow returns next year, something's up. There's something we don't know about in Atlanta. But yeah, I think it's just a shame.
You can do it. You can do it.
Atlanta, that whole roster seems to be just going to waste, and shame to see Michael Penix take such another really, really bad injury. But yeah. All right. Next on the news here, Ja'Marr Chase. He's going to be suspended one whole game for spitting on Jalen Ramsey. Now, mind
What a
you,
dumbass.
Ja'Marr Chase said that in the post-game interview, he didn't spit on, he didn't say anything to Jalen Ramsey. Nothing happened, basically. Just Jalen Ramsey acted out and just wanted to hit him for no reason. But upon further review, he did indeed spit on Jalen Ramsey very clearly, to be honest. And I don't know if Chase has come out and said anything, like apologize or anything. I don't think so. But to me, it's pretty embarrassing, and like, damn, that's spitting on someone's, like, come on. That's the worst you could possibly do.
You want to know why it's stupid, Jalen? Is it, you know who was a full participant in practice today? Joe Burrow. And it's all pointing that Joe Burrow's coming back this week. Because the Bengals said from the get-go that when he's healthy, he's going to play. And you're looking at a Cincy team that's 3 games back from the Steelers, right? Wouldn't it have been nice if Joe Burrow's coming back and he had his best wide receiver on the field with him? And Chase had to have known going into that game that, yeah, Joe Burrow is going to come back to practice next week and he's got a good shot at playing. It's just such an asinine, dumb thing to do. And then to lie about it. You're handcuffed. Like, at 3-7, the likelihood of you making the playoffs is already, like, slim to none. But you damn near just made it worse and put a coffin in it. Because the Cincinnati Bengals, who do they play this week? Let's see here. They play New England.
That's right. Yeah, I should know
which is
that.
crazy. I mean, I would think that a Joe Burrow and Ja'Marr Chase offense would be a little bit more, intimidating to New England. And I think it was funny because what's the guy on not First Take, but on the Nick Wright show? What's his name? The Patriots homer. What's his
Kevin
name?
Wildes.
Kevin Wildes. He goes, yesterday I said that Drake May is a lot like Joe Burrow, and I guess Joe Burrow heard that because today Joe Burrow was a full participant in practice. He was like, so foot in mouth there. But I mean, you're right. Like, Joe Burrow coming off of his first, if he's going to start this game, which would be an absolute must win, and you're at home at Cincy against a 2-loss New England team, you need your best wide receiver. And for him to do that is just asinine. Like, if Joe Burrow was playing and Ja'Marr Chase was playing, I would actually give them like a punching chance to win that game. But without Ja'Marr Chase and it being Burrow's first game back, I think New England's going to do what they were going to do, whether he was going to play at all. But I mean, you maybe had a 7% chance of making the playoffs, and once he spit on somebody, it went down to like 2%. So it's stupid, man.
I totally do not understand how professional athletes feel the need to spit in another player's face. First of all, you're going to get suspended. Second of all, you're going to lose money. Was it worth it? For what? For what?
It's fucking gross.
I mean, quite frankly, I never played, obviously, professional sports, never played college, played in high school, never spat in a player's face, regardless of what happened. I mean, I just think, okay, I'll come back and I'll fucking take your ass out. But, but I'm not going to spit in your face. I mean, it's like, seriously, you want to show him up? Fucking catch a touchdown on him and fucking look back at him and go, yeah, bitch, you can't cover me. You can't cover me. But to spit in his face, man, that's, I don't know. I mean, I just can't wrap my head around the fact that a professional athlete wants to spit in another professional athlete's face. Because it's like the best thing you can do, whether you're playing football or you're playing basketball, is to, if you're playing basketball, dunk on them. Fucking picture dunk their fucking ass. If you're playing football, sack them or score a goddamn touchdown. Just look back, point at the scoreboard and say, yeah, bitch, you can't cover me. Fucking walk off the field. Spit in the face costs you money. It costs you a game. It's not fucking worth it. And then public opinion is such that everybody thinks you're a punk. Everybody fucking thinks, what the fuck? What type of person spits in someone else's face? A little fucking bitch. That's what they think. But now, you've been suspended, you're losing money, and everybody thinks you're a little fucking bitch. Was it worth it?
I think the worst part is he takes like absolutely no responsibility or ownership,
Yeah.
and the attitude in which the body language is just like, I don't care. That's probably the most infuriating thing about it. Grown ass man.
This reminds me of this. You know what Akeem Talib snatched off?
Oh,
What's his
Crabtree
name?
trade. Michael Crabtree.
Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
At least that was funny.
Chase, Jamar Chase, you gotta. I was gonna say what Nessa said. You gotta take responsibility, buddy. You know what you did. There's cameras all over the place. Okay, we saw it. Okay. Hell, back in the '80s when, or the '90s, when what was the linebacker name for Denver who spit in the face of the San Francisco wide receiver?
Romanowski.
Romanowski spit, was it Shepard? I think his name was Shepard, maybe Shepard. Face back in the day. It's the same thing, buddy. We saw you. We saw you, buddy. Yeah, Chase was stupid for this. Okay.
Yeah.
I know he's frustrated. I know the season is bad, but you can't let your emotions start making you miss games that actually hurt your team. Your quarterback's already out. You can't be out too. So
I tell you one thing. If you were to ask me which NFL player would end up going for jail for murdering a couple people in gang-related activity, I would not have said Aaron Hernandez. I would have said Akeem Talib. No question. That would have been my guy. That would have been my. That man was fucking crazy. He didn't give a shit about nothing. He stood on business. He didn't care if you put him a goddamn Twinkie. It was.
He said, I told him if he wears that chain again, I'm going to snatch it. And he wore that
Yeah,
chain again. Last but not least, Aaron Rodgers will not need surgery on his fractured left wrist, so on his non-throwing hand. Apparently it's not that serious, but he will be missing some sort of time. I guess the Steelers are just treating it kind of week by week basis. So Mason Rudolph will be filling in until he gets better. So what do you guys think about that?
Well, Aaron Rodgers is trying to come back to practice tomorrow.
I saw that.
And what that tells me is that this truly is his last year in the NFL. Because what other quarterback is trying to come back when they got a fracture in their non-throwing hand? It's going to be painful if it gets hit, and it'll be something that teams will be swatting at every chance they fucking get. but it just seems like his want to get back on the field this week just kind of shows me more and more that this is his swan song as last year, and he doesn't want a small fracture on his wrist to derail that. He wants one more shot in the playoffs, and if he misses time and Mason Rudolph has to play ball, then he knows he ain't going to be playing in January. So, yeah, he's going to try.
I mean, you know, he's not the first quarterback to have a fracture in his non-throwing hand and play the next week, but he is the first quarterback to do it who's over 40. So yeah, there's a little difference there. It's one thing to do it when you're 27. It's something to do it when you're 40. This should be his last season. He's got nothing left. He really doesn't. Kudos to him because he was going to get paid whether he played or not, but for wanting to go out and play. But you know, why? I mean, the Steelers, God, you know, I'm pretty sure the terrible towels are looking back at the days of Roethlisberger and wishing they still had the non-mobile Roethlisberger playing quarterback. But it's personally, I don't know if he's motivated by the fact that they could still make the playoffs and he could be playing in January, or if he's motivated by the fact that this is not how he wants to end his career. But in either case, I don't think it makes any difference. I just don't see the Steelers being that team. I see them being the team they were last year, the year before. You know, they look kind of good. You kind of think that, yeah, you know, they're going into the playoffs. And even if they make the playoffs, they lose in the first round. Aaron Rodgers, kudos to him, kudos to you, my friend. Hey, Ron, you know, you want to play with a fractured hand, non-throwing hand? It's gonna hurt when they're snapping the ball. And as Malin said, those teams, those DNs, those D tackles, they are looking to smack that hand as much as they can. And you may well be after, if not this game, but the next game, thinking that, yeah, maybe I should sit down and let Rudolph take a few snaps.
Need to get to a break so that we can come back and talk about everyone's favorite association, the NBA, and then get you some money-making picks for this weekend. So we're going to take a break, 10 minutes. We'll be back on the other side, so sit tight.
Not bad, actually. I just
Baltimore fans, on a scale of 1 to 5, how concerned are you with your Ravens? 1 being not concerned at all, 5 being full-blown panic. This Baltimore defense is bad. Very, very bad. They'll beat up on some bad teams, don't get me wrong. Derrick Henry suddenly has a fumble problem, which I do think he will get resolved sooner rather than later. I think the real issue is the regular season really doesn't matter for this team. We all know that their measuring stick is the playoffs. They will work out a lot of these issues. I think their defense will get a little better. I think Derrick Henry will work out his fumble problem, but by the time the playoffs come around, the Ravens a lot of times regress. And what we're seeing now I think is going to rear its ugly head again in the postseason, regardless of what they do between now and then. But anyway, Ravens fans, how concerned are you with your team? Jackson Dart named the starter in New York. Out with Russ. Not out with Russ. He's just kicked to the bench. But Jackson Dart will be starting against the Chargers this weekend. I don't know why the Giants don't want to go with Jameis Winston before they go to Dart. Obviously, Jameis Winston is a veteran quarterback, seems beloved amongst the locker room. I mean, hell, at this point, he seems beloved amongst the entire NFL. He's a solid quarterback. Like, you pretty much know what you're gonna get with Jameis. You know, he'll win you some games, he'll lose you some games. He'll just be kind of like a 500 quarterback. To me, it seemed like that would be just the logical step. Like, why else do you even have him on the roster if you weren't gonna go to him ahead of Jackson Dart? I would let Dart just stay on the sideline, hold the clipboard, keep learning behind another veteran quarterback, and not throw him to the Wolves yet. I mean, I'm not exactly opposed to throwing him to the Wolves. It's just that you have Jameis here. Why not use him? Because I would imagine as of today, he's a better quarterback than Jackson Dart. So Winston was not there, then I could see why they were doing this. Again, don't have a problem with Dart getting thrown to the Wolves, so to speak. It's just that it seems unnecessary when you still have Jameis there at the same time anyway. So Jackson Dart starting this weekend against the Chargers. Let us know what you think in the comments below.
Here, I really like Baltimore at home.
It's Lamar Jackson against an NFC team, and he is 24-4 against the NFC.
They didn't even need Mike McDonald to coach last time. Detroit don't play AFC teams very well. Give me the Ravens all day long. Cover the spread on this team at home.
Well, I just walked 2 miles of this damn stadium. Can I get a Miller Lite, man? Miller.
Okay. I like your shirt.
It's like $18. Fuck. We're Road G. Season 21, 22. And LSU.
I apologize. Old drinks.
You're good. You're good. I want to know what happened to Baltimore's defense. Bucks ain't this good.
Incomplete. 3rd and goal.
Technically, it's not really first.
Holding. Bring that shit back. You're a wizard. $1 more would have gotten you a highlight. They conned us. They conned us into this.
That's some bullshit.
Excuse me, sir. There's a lot of elderly Ravens fans right here.
Yes, the Baltimore Colts marching band back when they used to have a marching band.
A lot of popcorn. Well, there goes our points. There goes our points.
Why are you so mad, man?
You're
so angry.
Let's go into the exit.
Henry on the carry. Held down by Levante David. 2nd and 11 at the 41.
Fuck that with 3. Last shit don't matter. Better year before that. You 5-2. So you bet me 4-3? Yeah, we 4-3, and we gonna win our division. Y'all will not. No, you're not even knowing. Atlanta's way better than y'all. You crazy as fuck. Oh shit. Atlanta's way better.
They got away with 2 games. Their secondary is trash. It is straight up trash. They can't cover anybody. This is going to catch up to them. Devontae Smith, 4 catches, 53 yards. A.J. Brown, 5 catches, 27 yards. Jalen Hurts, 101 yards passing. It's 2 weeks in a row, Saquon hasn't hit 100 yards. If I'm Philly, I'm looking at the numbers and saying, we can't just keep skating by.
Boy, the Dolphins wish they had that game back last night. First half, they were right where they wanted to be. It was anybody's game. Tua was looking pretty good. Tyreek Hill was making some plays. Jalen Waddle scored a touchdown. But that second half, Miami was still able to hang around for a little bit, but Buffalo just kind of separated themselves. Overall, Tua had a game to forget. 146 yards, 2 touchdowns, a fumble, and that back-breaking interception. Hill and Waddle both had a touchdown apiece. Hill had 49 reception yards. Waddle had 39, both had 5 catches. It was looking like the best game the Dolphins have played in the month of September, but man, those mistakes, man, they just have some awful mistakes that they've been making this year. And even in games that they're in, like this one and last week against New England, the mistakes cost them at the worst time. I don't know. Miami fans, I'd love to know your thoughts on this game and the remainder of this season, because not looking too good for y'all.
I'm going to take the Giants to cover the 6 points.
Kansas City has absolutely such a damaged offense. It's just there's nothing there, especially when you have Kelsey dropping balls like that. Give me the Giants to cover.
Give me the points and the Giants.
I think we're going to be looking at a 24-21 game. I don't think the Chiefs are going to clear them by 6. So far, the Eagles have not needed Hurts to score touchdowns. And him having 125 yards a game has been okay. That's not going to be okay this game. He's going to have to generate more offense, but I don't think he's going to do it against this defense. Give me the Rams and the +3.
Give me the Rams plus the 3.
I hate it, but I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Be using one of those that they practice all the time.
Rushes on, May throws, catch, adjustment, Douglas. The second effort, he didn't get there.
You know, it doesn't even really annoy me that Demario Douglas ran backwards. What does annoy me is that he wasn't even over the first down line in the first place. They only needed 1 yard, so I'm going to imagine that the call that was made was just to pick up 1 yard. It's 4th and 1. It's a must-have situation. Why aren't you over the first down marker in the that's the only reason for this play is to pick up 1 yard, and you weren't there to begin with. It's meant for you to just catch the ball and you're immediately going to get tackled, and that's it. You just need 1 yard. And for whatever reason, he wasn't even in the... Patriot fans, I have a reason to believe that we are in for a long season. Welcome back to your favorite show on the internet, second half of your favorite show on the internet. After further review, episode 263 with your boys here. We're going to take a nice cheers to the second half of said show. I want to know what everyone here is drinking tonight, since we're all drinking tonight, which is now like kind of a rare occurrence.
Crown Royal. I got some Crown.
This is one of my favorite. If you like an everyday, like $32 bottle, Jalen, you need to pick this up. Called Blue Note. It's a Tennessee bourbon out of Nashville. I got put onto this. What? Have you had this before?
I have not, but I'm also drinking Tennessee bourbon.
Yeah, so you gotta try some Blue Note, man. It's some good stuff. I was turned on to it when their distillery actually burned down, and they were able to find like 150 barrels that still made it, that burnt from the warehouse, and they bottled that stuff, and it was so fucking good. But yeah, you can find this Blue Note for like $32, $33. I like it.
I am drinking Nelson Bros bourbon, which is a Tennessee distillery, which is actually located walking distance from where I'm staying at, which is why I went there. They make a great old fashioned, and their whiskey and bourbon, very, very good. I will be bringing this bottle next week to our Thanksgiving episode, so you guys can taste it.
Nice.
So
who would have thought we'd have 2 Tennessee bourbons?
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Which is
What
a
about you,
great promo for our show next week. Be sure to tune in next Tuesday night for our Thanksgiving episode. Picking all the Thanksgiving Day games, and we'll all be in person. So be sure to tune in for that. Nestor, what were you drinking?
The old trusty St. Augustine.
St. Augustine.
Pretty damn smooth.
I've had that.
St. Augustine.
It is. It is
Had that
nice.
at the bar. Good stuff.
Very, very good. All right, let's get to some NBA action. Have not talked NBA since July, which is
My wallet out.
how it goes.
Why? Because I wrote everything down on a $100 bill. No, I actually wrote it on a piece of paper, I think.
Let's talk our picks.
NBA.
We'll make this pretty brief here. We're just going to give our pick for who we think is coming out of the East, who's coming out of the West, and who you think is winning MVP.
That's the wrong paper.
Just to remind folks, last year, what actually happened, the Pacers came out of the East, obviously OKC came out the West, and SGA won MVP. So we can I know it's been a while since we talked to NBA, so I want to just remind everybody what actually happened here. I'm going to look back
Bring
and
that
see
shit up.
if I have who we predicted last year. I don't think I do, unfortunately. I don't, but anyway, let's.
I know I predicted Celtics.
Yeah, I'm sure that both of us probably did that.
I picked the
In fact,
Celtics
probably
too.
all of us probably did that. Yeah, let's start off in the East here. Who do you guys have coming at the East? G Money, we'll start with you.
So since I've only watched 2 NBA games, not because of YouTube and their fuckery with Disney and everything, but because basically I'm watching football and Kraken hockey. I had Cleveland. I watched them play tonight, and I'm like, oh, that's not pretty. But I still have Cleveland coming out of the East. I'm going to stay with that anyway.
Okay.
I'm going to change it just because I watched them play and I wasn't impressed.
Shout out to our very own Bridget Foley in the chat. She says cheers to the
Bridget.
second half. Let's go June next. Who is your pick coming out of the East?
You know, I picked this team last year, and I might have been 1 year too early. No. I picked Boston last year. This year, I'm picking the New York Knicks to come out the East this year. I like the additions that they made. They play really good defense. I'll take the Knicks out of the East this year.
Go ahead, Malin.
The Knicks. What the hell? I'm taking Cleveland just because I don't trust. And I swear to God, I said this last year that we did the same shit like 2 weeks into the year, and I was like Celtics all the way because I don't trust Cleveland. Well, now I'm saying Cleveland because I'm saying I don't trust Detroit and Toronto in the records they have, and I don't trust the Knicks. I don't know that they're going to play as hard or well. I don't want to say conditioned, but I just don't think they're going to be as right with after they got rid of Tom Thibodeau last year. I think he's a hard-ass coach, but I think he gets the best out of his players. I think the Knicks are going to be a little bit softer this year. So I'm going with Cleveland to come out of the East. I don't like it.
Land.
But
2 people
that's
picking
my
land
pick.
here. Not sure what's up with that, but all right. Nestor.
I just realized all the teams I hate are in the West. I think the Cavs should win the East. Apart from that, yeah, I don't trust Raptors or Pistons. Yeah, or any team below that. So
So, I'm sorry, you're taking
Cavs.
the Cavs. Okay, you're taking okay. Man, have we no faith in Motown this year? You guys.
No, fuck Motown.
What are we doing? So, I have actually been watching quite a bit of NBA this past month or so, and I've had a few takeaways in the East here. Number one, I mean, my goodness, the team that went to the finals last year, they won their second game tonight. The Pacers won their second game. They have been awful.
That shows you how important Halliburton is.
Yeah.
Injuries and not re-signing players.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Miles
then
Turner going to Milwaukee was a big deal. And
Yeah, I thought Boston was going to be bad, but shit.
Right, exactly. If you look over at Indiana, it's like we're all right. But yeah, I'm actually taking Detroit to come out of the East. I know that they are just currently the number 1 seed, but my goodness, that team plays efficient basketball, and you know exactly what you're getting from them night in and night out. New York and Cleveland are cool, but they're not playing up to their potential as of right now. I mean, that could change going on, but I mean, I was watching the Houston-Cleveland game just a bit earlier, and my goodness, Houston put the clamps down. I know they changed up their lineup a little bit to kind of slow down Donovan Mitchell, but Cleveland is sometimes they do things I'm just like, what the hell are you doing? The Knicks, they're still the Knicks. It's so funny. Even it doesn't matter how good or how bad the East is with that roster, they are still the Knicks. And I don't trust them when it comes to the postseason. They'll be fine throughout the regular season, but I'm good there. I think it's going to be Detroit. They're going to capitalize on a very, very bad year in the East. And a team that I'm most disappointed in, and this is random, Orlando. I mean, they were primed to have a very good year. The fact that they're currently on the outside looking in on the playoffs after they signed Desmond Bane, Banchero takes another step forward, and they're worse than Boston, that makes absolutely no sense to me. Orlando should be ashamed of themselves. So,
well, what do you think about Toronto at 10-5?
Toronto is.
Are they this year's Cleveland Cavaliers, where we're going to keep expecting them to have a drop off and it never happens?
I think so. They are playing another team that's playing just really efficient, and I think they're just overperforming right now. The team that they got is full of probably names most people have never even heard of before, but they're just playing really efficient basketball. And I don't know how long that's going to last, but they're a team like Detroit that's capitalizing on a really bad East this year. And as long as that continues to happen and they keep racking up these wins, they'll have maintain that high seed in the East. But I think it's going to come down to like them, New York, and probably Detroit. Out of that, it's like everybody else is just really pretending right now.
Now, you asked us who we think is going to make it, Jalen. If you were to tell me that the Boston Celtics have no chance of making the finals, what team do you think that I hope makes it to the finals?
In the East, you say?
In the East. Celtics have no choice. So who would I want out of the East to make it?
Not Toronto.
It is Toronto. I want
Really?
Toronto to go to the finals.
You make no sense.
Team in the West.
You make no damn sense.
7 games and lose again, because it's not enough that they lost to the Dodgers in 7 games in the World Series. I want Toronto fans to have another taste of what it would like to be to win something and then have it snatched away again. That's how much I hate Canadians and the people in Toronto. Fuck those fans.
Well, I mean,
so I hope they make it. To be honest with you, I hope they make it and get just bludgeoned.
I mean, if
Out of the West.
you hate Canadians that much, they haven't won the Stanley Cup since fucking Gretzky at Edmonton.
And I'm excited about that.
But
You know, we
they've
stole
won the Stanley Cup the last 2 years, by the way, and not won. They lost to a Florida team. To fucking Florida.
They hate to see Florida come.
Oh my God. Anyway,
Damn right.
anyway.
Canadians. Yeah, so that's who I want to make it out of the East, just so they lose in the finals. Would be Toronto.
Awful. You
I know,
could
I'm
very
diabolical.
much have an OKC Toronto finals, and you'll be in between a rock
I
and a
would
hard
love
place.
for an LA Lakers and Toronto Raptors, so you have another LA team that beats them.
Terrible.
Damn.
Listen.
Fucking hate
Yeah,
that city.
Toronto.
Anything.
Bi has been a great fit there. He's like, finally, I'm on a team where I can like actually compete here. Scotty Barnes has been playing out of his mind. It's all these like role players have stepped up in Toronto, and it's like, damn.
I remember the year the Raptors beat Golden State in the finals, and all the bandwagon fans were like, "Did we pick the right team? Just come on, did we make a mistake?" That's the only team I kind of like. Guys are cool. They're okay. Only Toronto team.
All right, let's move out of the Jason Tatum lobby here and go over to the West. And West, obviously, a lot more going on here. Who do you guys have coming out of the West? G Money, we'll start with you.
Until someone can prove me wrong, I have OKC. They're young. They won last year. And you know, when you look at the West, I think it's a little more competitive than the East. I like Houston, like San Antonio. The Lakers may be able to do something, but other than that, Phoenix sucks. Portland, my God, Portland is a fucking dead zone. Sacramento, the same thing. But when gotta go OKC. I mean, as much as I might not want to, as much as I loathe the owner of OKC, and I loathe him. I hope he shows up on Epstein's list. I hope he gets.
Oh, me too. Oh,
yeah. See. That's what we want to see.
Be on that list.
The owner will show up there.
We'll
But
find out in 30
the
days.
team itself is young, it's exciting.
Exciting.
It is
It's
exciting.
young.
It's exciting.
Yes.
It's a good team.
I like
Yeah. But that's my pick is OKC coming out of the West.
All right, June.
Yeah, I'm going OKC. I'm with G Money. Until somebody beats them, they still the champs. Give me OKC out of the West.
Malin.
Yeah, I mean, you're asking me to pick a team that I pray to God every day drops a nuke on that city. I can't take OKC. I don't care if it's logical or not. I can't do it. Fuck that franchise, that team, all their starters. I hope they, at this point, obviously team planes aren't crashing. So hopefully they just start getting in car accidents and breaking their legs. Because I'm not going to get that lucky with the team plane. So I'm actually going to go with the Lakers. Taking the Lakers. They're 11-4, and they were 10-4 without LeBron James. Luka's playing out of his mind. Austin Reeves playing out of his mind. LeBron James coming back. He doesn't need to win MVP. He's not going to be an All-Pro. He can just do whatever he wants to do with the basketball. They were flying around having fun last night. I'm going to take the Lakers this year to come out of the West. A little bit because I hate OKC and a little bit because I want LeBron to end it on top.
Bron is back. Nestor.
There's a total of 4 teams I hate in the West.
OKC better be one.
I don't think Malin. I don't think they need to get nuked. They get hit by like 50 tornadoes every year, so there is that.
They just swipe the arena when they're practicing.
Maybe ice can hit them.
I hate the Spurs. I don't think
Ice.
they're
They're not
shit.
even Americans. Let Ice get them.
Oh my God.
I hate the Spurs because they got in the way of the Heat dynasty. Sorry, June. I do have kept hate for the Mavs because of Dirk and JJ Barea. Great team, by the way. Great team. But I do hate them. The Suns, they're always complaining. Devin Booker's always crying. And of course the Warriors. I think OKC's gonna take the West. Unfortunately.
That's shit.
But other than that, and I hate the Clippers because they're like
Jesus.
Aisha Curry's opinion. It's like, why are we hearing about it? Nobody cares. They suck every year, horrible, and somehow they make the news every damn week. Yeah, that's my piece.
You guys are there's a lot of emotion in the NBA. I'm hearing. There's a lot of personal opinions being entered in here. There's some interesting storylines in the West right now. NBA is so funny because it's such a trendy, like week by week, who's up, who's down.
Don't you do it, Jalen.
I will say Minnesota, be on the lookout. Ant-Man is back, and they are on the rise right now. They should probably be like a top 4 team in the West by the end of the regular season. Yes, Braun is back. I mean, I get that, but I think they still have probably chemistry things to work out between AR-15, Luka, and LeBron. They'll still be great. They'll probably be the 5 seed. Other than that, looking down, don't worry about any of the rest of these teams. Dallas is a shit show. Utah's a shit show. Portland's a shit show. Golden State's too old. It really comes down to like Houston, Denver, OKC. OKC's lost 1 game this year, and which is really weird when you look over at Indiana, who's only won 2 games as of tonight. Like it's very weird. But yeah, I've got OKC coming out the West again. There's nobody that looks as good as they do. Denver and Houston will make things very interesting. I would love to see I don't want to see a Houston OKC series. Honestly, I think OKC would mop the floor with them. But Denver and Houston would be a very good series.
There's some ESPN analysts right now, I bet you. Which out with the Clippers. Fuck.
I'll tell you guys know how much I hate OKC, and here you all are. I feel like Caesar getting stabbed in the back. It's a little personal.
A2, Brutus, A2.
I tell you one thing. Hey, Lakers going to finish in the top 3 seeds in the West.
You think?
They'll come out of the West.
Top 3?
I think they will. Top 3. Top 3.
You and I make a side bet.
Well, we can make a side.
He is so delusional right now.
I think it'll happen. Hey, you trust KD in Houston more than you trust LeBron James and the Lakers?
No, I said OKC.
I mean, I do like Houston, but
Just saying.
All right, last but not least, let's make this quick. We still got the ride or die in 5. Who is winning MVP? G Money, we'll start with you.
I said this 2 years ago, and I was wrong because the Joker won it. But seriously, if Luka keeps on the roll he's on, I have Luka winning it.
My man.
I mean, points. He's leading the league right now in points. Granted, it's only 11 games in. He's leading the league in assists, and he's probably, I want to say, probably 6th in rebounds. He kind of, if you look at it in a capsule, kind of looks like LeBron, right?
It's almost like he's better since he left Dallas.
Yeah. I mean, so
All right, June.
Well, I mean, I don't know what it is with Dallas. I mean, the food's got to be fucking excellent. I got to go to Dallas.
Y'all see Anthony
I
Davis
have got to go to
holy
Dallas
shit.
and spend a week there and eat some goddamn food and put on some weight.
Why you
That
think I
food
go
looks-
every other month? Why you think I'm in
Because-
Dallas?
Because I mean, Luca was a pudgy little boy, and then AD went down and put on some weight.
Yeah, now Anthony Davis.
Yeah,
looks like Luka.
I mean,
Fucking
shit.
wow.
Hopefully, you guys don't get Zion because Zion is prone to putting on weight.
Zion will be looking like that quarterback that came out of Duke.
Oh, the one out of quarterback. Remember the one out of
Lorenzen.
Kentucky.
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo Wright.
Big ass guy died of a heart attack.
Yeah.
Lorenzen.
Who is winning MVP? I assure you, do not have Luka winning MVP.
No, I do not. Ain't no way. I would love to, but no. I'm going to go with someone who, it's kind of out of the box thinking, but I think this guy can win the MVP this year, and that is Wembanyama, the alien.
He's out for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I thought about him. I did.
Yeah, I know.
But he's injury prone, and that's what discouraged me.
He's going to miss like 10 to 15 games. You can't lose. You can't miss 15 games and be an MVP category. Like he won't be eligible for it.
It's a 15-game season. It's an 82-game season. He'll be okay.
But if he misses 15 right off the bat, like you have to play so many games for them to even give you the opportunity to win it. I don't think he's going to be up for it.
I'm thinking Wembanyama.
Okay.
As my MVP this season.
I mean, I would have done the same thing, and
No, I know what you're saying.
earlier
I got
today
it.
I was going to do that, but I also realized he was injured, and I'm like, oh well, I don't know.
You're picking the one guy that's not going to get a single vote, but that's cool.
I mean, he's would have done it.
No, it's not. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just that he's going to miss too many games.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is he's going to miss too many games.
He's going to miss too
I
many
get
games.
it. I get it. Yeah.
But I don't disagree. If he had been healthy,
playing great.
If he'd been healthy, no problem. Yeah, I would have agreed with you. Like that was my first pick, and then I looked and I'm like, oh, injured. Oh, out for how long? Oh, might want to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, I'm gonna still give him a chance. Maybe
But but I like him. My God, I like him. That's why San Antonio is one of my top teams out of the West.
I'm going Luka. Mr. Averaging 34 points a game right now, damn near double-digit assists, and out of his mind. There are 15. Great compliment to him. Now he's going to have LeBron James passing him the ball. He doesn't need to play ISO as much. Oh man, Luka with LeBron James and AR-15, he's going to be going off, man. Yeah, I'm taking Luka. Luka MVP all day.
Nestor.
I kind of want to go with the boring answer of Joker, but I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the boring answer. I'm gonna take the Joker. This time around.
It's not boring.
It's not boring. I mean,
the boring answer is SGA.
I mean, the crazy thing is
the boring answer.
that we had talked about Luka. I mean, talked about the Joker early on, and it's like this guy looks like he would sit down at the bench, smoke a couple of non-filtered Winstons, drink a Budweiser, eat a beer, and then go out and get 20 rebounds, score 30 points, and have 10 assists.
So he's got to FaceTime his horses too.
Yeah, FaceTime his horses. Yeah. And not look athletic about doing it, but he would do it, and you were like Joker. How?
I like it. Jalen, who's your pick?
It's funny you guys picked Luka because I mean he's averaging a lot of points right now, but Bron is back. AR-15 has been a nuclear bomb on the Lakers thus far. I think it's going to cost Luka some stats as the year progresses. I just don't see how he's going to be able to get to Jokic and SGA kind of numbers with Braun back in the mix with AR-15 playing kind of remotely.
You're going SGA, aren't you?
I'm going SGA. I'm going back-to-back SGA years. He is, I don't know what else to say, man. He's playing such good number basketball.
He plays on my least favorite team in the NBA. Second of all, he's Canadian. So right off the bat, you're 0 for 2.
Well, he's being deported, so you know.
Jesus Christ.
One of us had to pick SGA.
Don't say that to me. I'm not fucking ICE. They like grab people and just deport them and like, the fuck. I mean, you know. No wonder they even let Toronto play in the U.S.
Man, let's not say it. It's Trump. So he's a black boy.
Yeah, I mean, he could get deported to fucking Uganda. Not even Canada. Listen to Uganda.
You might forget he's Canadian.
Wrong address. All right. That does it for the NBA, folks. We'll be back in February. All right, so let's get to the Ride or Die in 5. This is where we try and win you some money every weekend. All right, last week. Now,
Also, hey, I just want to say this. I want to say this before we end the Ride or Die. Hey, if you guys use some of our picks for your bets on the different apps, hey, post your ticket in our Discord. Okay, the Discord is going to be mentioned right below of this video, people. Right below.
Your comments, your death threats.
Let us see. Put the comments. Let us see what you've done. Let us see if we've won you some money, so we can say, yeah, we don't. Let us see it, folks. We're here for you. This is for you.
exactly. Thank you, June. June, thank you. Let's see those slips. Post your slips in our Discord. Let's see the screenshots. I mean, if you're winning money taking our picks, we had 3 people on their locks hit this week. Meaning, if you tailed them, you were also winning money. So we want to see everyone's slips in the Discord. Let's get right into it. Last week, 2 of us went 3-2, which would be G Money and Malin. June went 2-3. I went 1-4. Lackluster week. I'm having a bounce back week, folks, so don't even worry about that. One of us went 4-1.
Where the fuck did Nestor come from?
Nestor coming out of left field. 4-1.
This is like, sorry guys.
I mean,
this is like I'm only -9 on the year now.
Someone needs to call 911.
Someone needs to carry the team, and Nestor said, "Don't worry, I got it." So, hey, Nestor went 4-1, and lock-wise, I hit, G Money hit, June hit, which I will give props to G Money. He had like I think it was a 5-leg parlay that hit, and also June had a pretty good one too. So, props to you guys for those parlays.
I'd like to say, Jalen, that on this NFL season, I am the only one positive right now since we started the NFL.
Thank you for pointing that out.
No, because he has different records for this year alone.
Yes, if we're just looking at this year, yes.
Why not?
This is true.
Here we go.
All right. Let's get into this week. All right, let's try and make these takes brief, folks. Let's start off with tomorrow night's game. We've got a thriller. Buffalo at Houston. Buffalo, 6-point favorites here on the road. G Money, what do you like?
You know, this is going to be a tough game, right? Houston has the number 2 defense in the NFL. Their defense is tough. It's hard. Their offense, not so much. Not so much. I actually think in this respect, Buffalo covers the 6 points and they win that game. They win by at least 7, and probably they're going to win by 10. I just think.
How Buffalo has played, but since they played in the way they played against Tampa last week, I had to give it to them. I'm taking Buffalo this week.
Yeah, I think that maybe Buffalo is only able to put up like 21, 24 points, maybe. But I think Houston might be able to put up 13 points against Buffalo's defense. I do not like Houston's offense right now. Josh Allen. I mean, I know it was a bad Bucks defense, but 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns. Even if you cut that in half, I think Buffalo is going to cover the 6 points on this. I'm taking Buffalo.
Damn. I'm actually going to. I don't trust the Bills. I think they win. But you got Kincaid out. Your defense is very sus. If they just run into a really good defense, like the Texans have, and this is a Houston team that has gotten wins. I don't know how, but they've managed to get their wins and score some points. I think they can keep this game a little close. Also, it's a Thursday game. I'm tired of and especially I'm not going to trust the Bills on this. They got very soft and gentle coaching, so you can believe on a Thursday night away. They could not probably cover. So give me Houston.
I made that mistake last week.
Yeah. I am going to take the Bills to cover the points here. I'm sorry, I don't like anything from the Texans. The Bills seemingly are turning things around. So, with that being said, I think they can cover 6 points here, in my opinion. So, yeah, give me the Bills to cover 6 points tomorrow night, even though Thursday nights are kind of weird. All right, let's go to Sunday at 1 o'clock. We've got the Jets going to the Ravens. Big point spread here. This is probably our first big point spread of the year here that is on the Ride or Die 5. The Jets are 13.5-point underdogs on the road. June, we will start with you.
Man, this is it's a tough one to pick because it's a lot of points and it's still the NFL. And that's a lot of points for a 5-5 team. Even though Tyrod Taylor, who's starting and probably hasn't started in a couple of years, I still the Ravens defense is still not playing the best in the league. They're still not playing the best. And I think that Breece Hall can make some runs and kind of run that clock. And if Tyrod Taylor can keep going without making mistakes. I think they could cover that 13.5. Give me the Jets to cover 13.5.
I'm talking about. This is the weekly time where I say, "Hey, Jalen, you're an asshole for picking this game because it's so wild." Like no one's looking at this in Vegas right now and like walking up to the sports book and be like, "Give me money on this game." Like this is one that people are staying away from. What concerns me a little bit about this because I want to pick Baltimore. But the Jets are 6-4 against the spread, and Baltimore's only 4-6 against the spread. But then you also have to factor in the fact that Lamar Jackson has not been the quarterback the entire year for Baltimore. And you also have a new starting quarterback for the Jets. It's not Justin Fields. There's so many question marks about this. But I am going to roll with Baltimore because 60% of the money is hitting Baltimore right now on covers.com. And so I'm going to roll Baltimore on 13.5. They better win by 20 by 20 points. The Jets don't fuck me now. Don't do it.
I heard something that pretty much sums up, I think, what will be the result of this game. I don't think the Ravens are in the business of blowing out a team. I think it would be wise, maybe, for Lamar Jackson to take care of himself in this game, thinking long term this season into the playoffs. So I think the Ravens win pretty comfortably. I just don't trust that, you know, 14 is too much. Um, so yeah, give me the Jets. And Tyrod Taylor is a positive net factor, by the way. For the
Is
Jets.
he?
Slight.
Is I have to get the game up Jalen here. Maybe. That's it. What is it about Tyrod Taylor that's making you?
I feel like he's a more safe quarterback than what they were coming from.
Okay.
Go ahead, G Money.
Well, I do agree that Tyrod Taylor is an upgrade from Justin Fields. They are playing in Baltimore, where Baltimore does indeed dominate. And I do understand that Lamar Jackson still has an ankle injury. He was held out of practice today, but then he was held out of practice last Wednesday. I just look at the Jets, and I don't know about anybody else, but when you look at the Jets and you look at them play, and by halftime you look at them, it's like they've given up. It's like they're already planning their vacations or the next team they're going to be playing on. It's not like they're like, we've got this. We can come back. We can win this game. It's more like, so Cancun in January, is that cool? Texting his wife or girlfriend or wife and girlfriend, or looking at like, I'm a free agent.
Booking 2 rooms.
I mean, maybe is Vegas looking for somebody? Maybe I need to go to Vegas. Maybe Jacksonville. Yeah, as much as the point spread is, and I hate giving up that many points. It galls me. I'm taking Baltimore minus the 13.5.
Jalen, I would just like to point out Tyrod Taylor and Justin Fields have the same completion percentage. Except Justin Fields, through all the games that he started, only threw 1 interception. And Tyrod Taylor threw 3 interceptions last game. So, yeah, he's real safe with the football. He'd probably have 13 interceptions at that point.
All right. Let's go to the next game. We've got Pittsburgh and Chicago. Chicago is 3-point favorites at home here. Let's start off with Maitland.
Chicago. I'm not even going to talk stats. I already looked at all the stats or everything like that. Aaron Rodgers doesn't impress me. Chicago's defense has been playing good. Caleb Williams, man. I know his stats aren't necessarily showing it, but I'm seeing a whole lot of Houdini shit out of him. Ben Johnson has him playing efficient ball. If you're going to give me 3 points out of Chicago against the Steelers, I'm going to take it. Chicago's going to win this game.
Nestor.
I'm gonna stick to my guns on this one. I still don't trust Chicago entirely. They deserve the record they have right now. I just don't trust them entirely. Pittsburgh has been able to be defensively very good past 2 games.
Rams got to cut off.
And Chicago with Vikings, there are some things I did not like.
Much as
I
I
think the
as
Steelers
much
come out
as-
with a
in
pretty
fact,
good
look, this is
defense
my-
in this
this is
game
my-
and upset Chicago
wrote down.
At home. So give me Steelers.
Sorry. We're having a sidebar conversation. I apologize.
Yeah, I like the Bears in this situation. I just think, if Rodgers is not 100% or he's not playing, I think the Bears are just going to win this game flat out.
So I'm not even going to talk about Rodgers and the Pittsburgh offense. The Pittsburgh defense is the most expensive defense in the NFL, and they're mid at best, mid at fucking best, and really, they're crappy. They are not good. Give me the Bears -3 in Chicago.
I like it.
Okay.
You know, the only thing that can make this work. Did we all pick Chicago, by the way?
Nestor did not.
Nestor, what the hell? Some sleeves. The only thing that could make it worse for Chicago is that they're riding this with they have a winning record and all that. Aaron Rodgers goes into Chicago and beats them. Could you imagine what he'd be saying to that crowd? Because you remember, I think it was when he was still with the Packers, but they were on a little losing streak, and he was like, "I still own you." Like, can you imagine what Rodgers does to that crowd if he beats Chicago? Man, I don't want that for Chicago fans. I don't need the suicide rate to go up. We just need we just need Chicago to take care of business there.
All right. We've got the Sunday night game. We've got the Bucks at the Rams. The Rams are 7-point favorites at home here. Nestor, we will start with you.
The Rams are just too consistent. Bucks have so many injury issues. Yeah, I can't take the Bucks here. I think the Rams cover the 7 points.
Looks like Orlando.
They do, don't they?
I am also going to take the Rams. They are looking like one of the best teams in the NFL right now. Tampa is
yeah, why?
revealing. So yeah, Give me the Rams to cover 7 points at home. June.
Yeah, I like the Rams to cover. Tampa pissed me off last week. They the reason I went 2-3 and not 3-2. So Tampa, this is a big FU. Give me the Rams.
G Money.
This is the second road game for Tampa.
Why are you skipping me?
Um,
What the hell did I do?
because you suck.
I do suck. Damn.
But
Hit me.
this is a second road game. And watching the Rams play Seattle, Rams defense is for real, and their offense is good. I see them. I see them covering that. I'm taking the Rams.
And Malin.
Oh, thanks for finally picking me. I'm taking the Rams. Mainly because fuck Tampa. If the plane crashes on the way to LA, I'd be fine with it. I know it's not.
We wouldn't win the bet.
But I wish it would. I just don't like Tampa. I'll never pick Tampa. I hate Tampa. I don't like these
I love how June's priorities are straight.
So I am taking the Rams -7, and that takes a lot for me considering the Rams just beat us and they're ahead of us. Like I would like the Bucks to beat them. I would like them to, but I would kind of rather them die than beat them. So it's a conundrum for me. But I'm gonna go ahead and take the Rams with the 9-7 because the Bucks defense is terrible. The Rams offense is great, and they're definitely not facing Seattle's defense this week, like they did last week. So they're gonna get more than 21 points. I'm taking the Rams.
All right, last game. We've got the Monday night game, kind of a weird one. We've got the Panthers at the Niners. And the Niners are 7-point favorites at home here. Malin, we will start with you, sir.
This is another one where if somebody is like, hey, where can I clack off a vest? If you wanted to go San Francisco to do it, that'd be great. But they're not going to. But listen, I love Carolina. I love the story that they've had so far. I mean, hell, didn't Bryce Young throw for 400-something yards?
443 yards.
443 yards. But again, that was against Atlanta's defense. That's not against San Francisco's defense. And for the first time, really, I mean, on offense, outside of Brandon Ayuk, the Niners' offense is healthy for the first time all year after last week. And we saw what they did last week with an average team. I think they're going to do the same thing this week. 7 points is generous. I would take them. I would feel more comfortable taking San Francisco at -13.5 than I was taking Baltimore. But I'm going to take San Francisco with a -7 on this. But if Carolina wants to win it, I will not be upset. I will take the L and ride it out. If Carolina wants to go out there and beat them, I'd be glad.
I'm going to agree, minus I don't want Carolina to win this. So, yeah. Give me the Niners to cover 7 points. June.
Yeah, that's another tough game for me. I really, Carolina has actually been playing very inspirational on football for the first time in a few years.
That's the
they've been playing like they've been. I mean, they look like the Miami Sharks. I thought Willie Beeman was playing quarterback. You know what I'm saying? They like them Sharks. They like the Miami Sharks out there, baby. They Willie Beeman was quarterback.
Praise the Lord.
Better,
you know what I'm saying? But and you know they went to Green Bay, who has Micah Parsons.
Oh, stop it!
And they won. They got Micah Parsons. How
We're
they
done
gonna beat
with Green
Micah
Bay,
Parsons?
man. We're done with Green Bay being a contender. We're done with that. We're over that.
No, seriously.
Brock Purdy is better than Jordan Love. I said it. I hate it, but I said it. Brock Purdy is better than Jordan Love.
Panthers
is.
will cover. They won't win, but they will cover the 7 points. You heard
How
it
is
here
Brock
first.
Purdy not better than Jordan Love?
This is how he's not better.
Okay, tell me.
He-
You're still taking them.
I am taking the Niners, and it has nothing to
All
do
right,
with
is it Nestor next and then G Money? Hold on, you can tell me. Yeah, Nestor. Go ahead, Nestor.
Yeah, I think the Niners have their offense back. They managed to be, even when they're not healthy, pretty sound, decent. I think Purdy's back. They are at home. Give me the Panthers. I think they're gonna hang in there. Panthers are 4-1 against the spread, I think, away. So give me the Panthers.
The Panthers are indeed 4-1 against the spread, at least last 5 games. But when you look at who they played, you're like, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. I look at everything and it's like, yeah, look what they did last week. And like, who'd they play last week? Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm taking the Niners. The Niners minus the points because I trust Shanahan more than I trust fucking the Carolina Panthers. Plus, this is a second road game for the Panthers. And they're going to the West Coast. And it seems to me that West Coast, when you travel from East Coast to West Coast, there's a drop off, especially when you play better teams. And if you can't figure that out, just look at the ATS. You think, well, they're 4-1. Yeah, they're 4-1, but look at what they played and look at who they've played. Vegas wants you to. Vegas sucks you in with the point spread, and then takes your money, because a lot of people will start betting on Carolina, thinking they're gonna win because look at this, look at this, look at this, and then when they lose, they wonder why they lost like their fucking rent. They wonder why they lost their mortgage. They wonder why they lost every fucking penny they had. Because they didn't look at everything else. Give me the Niners -7.
You know what I think is more surprising? Like on Niners home games, why isn't ICE just camping out in front of the stadium and just nabbing these fans?
Why are they doing?
Why are they not?
Why are they doing that?
We're not seeing these fans.
When the
these
Rams,
Niners fans,
why are they doing it when the Rams and the Chargers are playing?
Bang Niner gang people. If you just get ICE outside the stadium,
we need to
they'll be able to get so many
rapid fire.
I mean, talk about having quotas you got to hit. Boom. There's my quota. I mean,
you'd have to work 1 day a month. Just go outside.
Oh my God.
My quota's 20. Boom. There you go.
For the locks.
There you go.
Let's not. No explanations needed here, folks. Let's just run right through these. I will start first. I'm taking Kenneth Walker III to score a touchdown this week. Listen, they are going to look for a bounce back. They, as in the Seahawks, are looking for a bounce back game against the Titans. I think they're going to run up the score big time here. So, yeah, give me an anytime touchdown from Kenneth Walker here. So, yes, we're going G-Money next.
Okay. As a PSA, I want to say, people, when you're out there gambling, do not gamble more money than you can really afford to lose. Because you start gambling your rent, you start gambling your mortgage, and you lose that shit. Guess what? You're living somewhere else, in a tent, in a cardboard box. Do not gamble more than you can afford to lose. That going, I have a 6-team money line parlay, which I bet money that if I lose, does not bother me any. I will not be homeless. I will not be without food. I will not be without cable. Oh my God, not without cable. And I will not be without electricity. My 6th game, money line parlay, is as follows. Buffalo, Baltimore, Chicago, Detroit, Seattle, New England. Actually, it's going to be a 7 game because I'm actually taking Cleveland at the Raiders. If you do a $10 bet, that will turn around and give you $67 plus your $10 back.
Okay, let's go Malin next.
Me? No, I'm last. Go.
Okay, let's
Start
go
with June.
June next.
All right, I'm doing a 3-team parlay. I'm going James Cook, anytime touchdown. I'm going Romeo Dobbs, anytime touchdown. And I'm going Travion Henderson, anytime touchdown.
Okay.
These are locks, right?
Malin, Nestor.
Oh, God.
It seems like the past 3 seasons, whoever I pick on my roster in fantasy, somebody just has a season-ending injury. Past 2 weeks, whoever I pick as a lock, they lose. So, who do you guys want to lose this week? Because I can help you out.
The Eagles.
I'm tempted to pick the Chiefs so they can lose again. But I'm gonna actually be serious about this. Pick a lock. I'm sorry, guys. I actually want to get my lock this week. So just give me Seattle to win, and give me the Patriots to win.
Why are we doing this?
This is not ill intended. I'm serious. I just want to get my lock.
Okay. All right, Malin.
Still not ready.
Oh my God, man.
Well, there's no one else to go to.
Damn it.
That's right.
All right, so then I will go, because I keep doing the over-under on games here. I am going to go Detroit minus 10.5 on the Giants. I like that bet. I can't believe it's not even more than 10.5, to be honest with you, for Detroit. So I'm going minus 10.5. Detroit's going to win. Yeah.
All right. Let me just recap here. Nestor is the only person taking the Texans plus the 6 points tomorrow night. On the Sunday night Jets and Ravens game, Malin G Money are both taking the Ravens to cover 13.5. The rest of us are with the Jets in the points. Nestor is the only person taking the Steelers plus the 3 points. We are all taking the Rams to cover 7 points against the Bucks. June and Nestor taking the Panthers plus the 7 points. The rest of us are with the Niners minus 7. And then locks, I am taking Kenneth Walker III to score a touchdown. G Money is taking the parlay of the Bills, Ravens, Bears, Lions, Seahawks, Patriots, Browns, all to win. Malin is taking the Lions minus 10.5. June is taking James Cook to score, Romeo Dobbs to score, and Travion Henderson to score. And then Nestor is taking Seattle and New England to win. All that sound correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
17 parlay.
17 parlay.
Bitch.
Gentlemen, someone is going to make some money.
Okay.
Start your engine. Shit, G-Money.
You know, I fell in love with the money line parlays. I used to do the point spread parlays, and I'd get like 4 out of like a 6 or 17 parlay, and then I'd lose one, and then it made no difference after that. And since we've been doing this show, the money line parlays have been paying, and I'm like, you know what? I'm doing the money line parlays. I mean, you do, if you're doing just a minimum $10 bet, right? I mean, it pays you $80.65 on a $10 bet plus your $10 back.
Yeah.
So I'm like, 8 times your bet. When I'm in Vegas, I'm doing $100 on something like that. So it's like, why not? Which is something we all need to talk about next week, about a Vegas trip for all of us, AFR Vegas trip.
We can talk about that next week.
That is the perfect segue till next week. So be sure to tune in to next week's show Tuesday night for our Thanksgiving picks. All right. We will see you all next week. Have a good evening. Have a good remainder of your week. And we'll talk to you all next week. Peace out.
Peace out.